Hi guys, welcome to lesson 3 of learning the piano. So in the last two videos we talked about what do we name these 12 distinct notes on a piano. We looked at some formula to construct the major and the minor scales. We learned about the 7 degrees and the names of those 7 degrees on a diatonic scale. So in this video, we are going to talk about how we'll make use of all that knowledge to create chords. So this is the point from where this gets really interesting, because once you learn chords, you can start playing songs. Cool. So what is a chord basically? Chord is nothing but, set of keys on a particular scale that you play in order to accompany a song. So if you Google for chord charts, you'll find umpty number of chords over there. But what we will discuss in this video are the most commonly used chords. So we'll talk about how to construct major chord, a minor chord, which are the most commonly used chords. And we'll also talk about how to create an augmented chord, a diminished chord, a seventh chords, the suspended chords, and something called an add 9 chord. So I think once you get familiar with these many chord structures that we're going to talk about in this video, I think you'll be able to play almost 99% of the songs that you'll ever play in your lifetime. So unless you want to delve into something really complex further down the line, I think learning these many chord structures would suffice for you at this point in time. So let's move ahead and start by constructing a major chord. So guys, this is the book that I was talking about in the last video. It's called The Manual of Scales, Broken Chords and Arpeggios for Piano by A.B. Arison. So this book would really be useful for you if you want to practice your scales and arpeggios. But in order to interpret this book, you'll need to understand a little bit of sight reading as well. So probably I'll do a video or two on sight reading, but only after we are done with understanding the chords and the arpeggios. So let's move ahead and now let's create some chords. So I hope you do remember the degrees of a scale that we talked about. We had 7 degrees on a diatonic scale, starting from the tonic, the supertonic, the median, the subdominant, the dominant, the submedian, the leading tone, and back to tonic. So we'll make use of this knowledge to create all our chords in this video. So to create a major chord, the formula is 1, 3, and 5. So you take the first degree of a scale, the third degree of a scale, and the fifth degree of a scale. So to create a C major chord, the C major scale starts from a C and goes to B. Cool. So to create a C major chord, we'll take the first, which is the C, we'll take the third, which is the E, and we'll take the fifth, which is the G. So this becomes my C major chord. In similar fashion, I can have a D major chord. So my D major scale starts from here. Take the first, the third, the fifth. This becomes your D major chord. Similarly, a G major chord, start from G, first, third, fifth. G major chord, we can have an F major chord, A major chord, so on and so forth. So using the simple formula, take the first, third, and fifth on a scale, you will have the major chord, also known as the major triad, because it comprises of 3 notes. Simple. So now let's see how do we create a minor chord. Extremely simple. You know how to create a major chord now? 1, 3, and 5. We just flatten the third. So to have a C minor chord, instead of playing C, E, and G, we would flatten the third degree of the scale, which is what? E note over here. So E will become E flat. And this chord will become a C minor chord. Say similarly, this is my D major chord. Flatten the third, D minor chord. A major chord, 1, 3, 5. Flatten the third, A minor chord. Simple. Okay, So now you know how to create a major chord and a minor chord using degrees of a scale. 1, 3, 5 will give you a major chord, 1, 3 flattened and 5 will give you a minor chord. Now let's move ahead and let's take a look at some other chords that are used in musical progression. Now let's take a look at how to create an augmented chord. So to create an augmented chord, you augment or you sharpen the fifth degree of the scale. So say you want to play a C augmented, instead of playing a 1, 3 and 5, you sharpen the fifth, so G becomes your G sharp. So you play a C, E and G sharp. This becomes your C augmented. So in a similar fashion, you want to play a G augmented. This is a G major, 1, 3 and 5. You sharpen the fifth degree of the scale or fifth note of the scale, which is the D. D becomes D sharp. And this chord becomes your G augmented chord, a G major augmented chord. Okay, so now let's see how to create a diminished chord. To play a diminished chord, you flatten the third and the fifth degree of the scale. So this is a C major, you flatten the third and you flatten the fifth. This becomes your C diminished. So in a similar fashion, this is a G major, flatten the third and flatten the fifth. This becomes a G diminished. Cool? Now let's see how to create a major seventh chord. To create a major seventh chord, just add the seventh note along with the major triad. So 1, 3, 5, and what is the seventh note on a C major scale? It's the B note. So this becomes your C major seventh chord. Similarly, let's play a D major seventh. This is a D major, the seventh is this note, C sharp. So this becomes your D major seventh chord. Now how to play a major dominant seventh chord? Very simple. Just now we played the major seventh. Instead of playing this seventh, you flatten this seventh by one semitone. So instead of playing a C sharp, you play a C. So this becomes your D major dominant seventh chord. Okay, so this is nothing but just the major seventh chord, the seventh degree flattened by one semitone. So similarly, this is the C major, this is the C major seventh because we played the seventh, which is the B, and now we flatten the B, we play a B flat. This becomes a C major dominant seventh chord. Cool. Now let's take a look at suspended chords. In suspended chords, you suspend the third degree, which is the mediant. So instead of playing a 1, 3, 5, if you're playing a 1, 2, 5, this is called a sus2. So this is a C sus2 chord. And instead of playing the third, you're playing the fourth, that is 1, 4, 5. This is called a sus4. So 1, 2, 5 is sus2 and 1, 4, 5 is sus4. So now let's play a pattern. This is C major, a C sus2, a C sus4, back to C major. See, this sounds beautiful, right? So it's like your music is going somewhere and then it's coming back. Now let's take a look at the last chord that we want to take a look at today. That's the add ninth chord. So in add ninth chord, you want to add the ninth, but the diatonic scale ends on the seventh. So the ninth is nothing but two notes ahead of the seventh. So to play a C add 9, this is the seventh, this is the eighth, and this is the ninth, which is the D note. But instead of playing this D, you can play this D as well, which is the second. So 1, 2, 3 and 5 will give you an add 9. So this is a C add 9 chord. Similarly, this is the G major, play the second as well. This becomes a G add 9 chord. Cool. So now let's do a little revision. Major 1, 3, 5, minor 1, 3 flattened and 5, augmented 1, 1 3 5 sharpened, diminished, 1 3 flattened and 5 flattened. 7th 1 3 5 and 7. Dominant 7th 1 3 5 and the 7th flattened. Suspended, you play a 1 2 5, that's sus2. You play a 1 4 5, that's a sus4. And last but not the least, the add 9 chord. So 1 2 3 and 5 will give you an add 9 chord. So guys, hope this video was helpful to you in order to understand how do we construct chords based on the degrees of scale. So what I want to tell you is that, of course, the major and minor chords are the most used ones, but all these chords like the augmented, the diminished, the major 7th, the dominant 7th, so these chords come really useful to add zing to your music. So the purpose of composition is to start from an emotion and then take its listener towards a roller coaster of emotions, to go somewhere and then come back and give the listener some kind of closure. So this closure is also referred as cadence in music. So cadence is the end of a musical sentence. So all these chords, like the augmented, the diminished, the major 7th and all, so these come really handy if you want to add some zest to your song. You want to achieve the cadence, the closure in a better way. So that's where these chords come really handy. But I think once you have learned all these chord patterns, you'll be able to play most of the songs. So the next video is gonna be really fun because we are gonna take a look at what are the most frequently used chord patterns, and we'll try to play a couple of songs around those frequently used chord patterns. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.